Okay, cool. It's Batusai. Wait, Batusai. Who's Batusai? I can actually.
Clorox.
Clorox.
What the frick are you doing?
Booga, what the fuck?
Hey yo, Clorox. I destroyed.
Just get the fuck up. What is that?
Hey yo, Batusai. Hey yo,
What do you mean? What is what?
How did you
Yeah,
get
you
here?
said what is that, and then like I'm just
Hey,
asking
what is
what
this? What is
Clorox, how
this?
did you get? Clorox, how did you?
Yo, PVC chap. What in the hell is that?
Yeah, I
Where are you
destroyed.
referring to, Clorox? Also, yeah, Axiom has
I'm
been
referring
opposed to
to what I
recording
just
finally.
posted in VC chat. That's what I'm talking about. I've been saying, what is this?
Oh, what is that? A message I sent.
It's a debate.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna
why the
destroy
fuck
Booga.
why the fuck did you admit that? What the fuck?
Hey yo,
What?
hey yo,
I mean, what's morally wrong
Dude,
about
you
it?
could have at least said that. Hey yo, that was like fake. That was not me. It was all a prank or something like that. Like, what the hell?
What's morally wrong about it? Tell me.
What's morally wrong about what, Booga? I want to hear it out of your own mouth. Go
A
ahead.
baby asking for your
Wait. Slower. Say it slowly and with your chest.
What's morally wrong about a baby asking for your genitals and you abide?
That's not what you said.
Oblige, or if you want to be specific.
No. You said if a baby asks you for your what?
Male private part.
Nah, that's not what you said. I told you to repeat what you said slowly and with your chest. From the top. Actually, I just want you to read it.
Okay. Alright, fine. Alright. If a baby asks for your penis with objective evidence that they had intentions of such, and you oblige, regardless of legality, I don't think that's morally wrong.
What do you mean by oblige?
Like, you know, you do...
I don't know. Tell me.
You do what they want.
Do what they want. What do you mean by want? Like, what do they want to do? What do you mean by oblige? Huh?
Bro, okay, you give them your penis. There.
Yeah, and what do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that? Like that sort. It just depends on what the baby wants to do in that situation. With
What do you mean do? Now we're getting into verbs. What do you mean by do?
I don't know. I'm just.
You
saying
do
if the
know.
baby asks-
We're talking about verb territory. We're getting into verb territory when you say do.
Yeah, I'm just saying if a baby asks for your penis and then you just give it to them, like, you know, like I don't know what the baby wants to do with it, but this is theoretical scenario. If you do that, like, it's nothing wrong with that.
I'm asking you, what in the hell do you mean by give it to them? And when you say give it to them, you obviously mean by doing something, because do is a verb. Now we're getting into verb territory. So what the hell do you mean by that?
Oh, I guess let's let them touch it, play with it, or something.
What the actual fuck?
I think he's talking about, you know, the baby just wanna lick the dick or something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if the baby knows if the baby knows how intercourse works and you let them do it if they ask, I don't think like if the baby knows how intercourse works, I don't think like it's morally wrong if you like give it to them if they ask.
Nigga, do you realize that the average male penis is larger than the entire skull in an infant?
Oh, that's cool.
If the average male penis is larger than the entire prefrontal cortex of an infant, then what the hell makes you think that they would know about anything? Number one. And number two, that they would even be conscious. Number three, to be able to make those decisions.
I'm just assuming
that's disregarding the obvious like legal issues disregarding that, there is no way you can confidently say if a baby wants to, like what? No.
Yes. And
what
let's just assume
you said yes twice. What the?
And let's assume the baby acts like an actual baby, right? Like, you know, like say like, you know, you just like walk around. Babies. I know, but let's assume that baby is actually like has like only the knowledge of like an average baby, right? You walk around naked, right? And then the baby asks to play with your, you know what? And so you let them do it. I don't see anything morally wrong with that.
What the did you just say the knowledge of an average baby? You do realize, like, did you not hear what I said?
No, I don't.
How is a baby going to consciously ask you for something like that?
I don't mean
with literally zero developmental cognitive ability. Like, how are they going to do that? And why would that even be morally correct if they weren't going to do that?
By that I mean they point to it. They're like, and then start like crawling to it, right? And then you let them do it. I don't see anything wrong with that.
That has nothing to do with committing sexual acts on babies.
I mean, yeah, okay, then sure. I mean, if you're saying
that they were doing that.
I mean, if you just agree that giving your genitals to babies is not a sexual act, I don't really like that. Cool.
I never said that. I said, what do you mean by that when you say that? Because when you said do, that kind of raised an exclamation point for me because we were getting into verb territory. And then somebody said, lick the dick, and then you affirmed that by saying, yeah, basically. I was like, what the hell? So that's what I mean by committing a sexual act on a baby. So you seeing nothing morally wrong with that just completely glosses over the three big problems with that. Number one, that they aren't even conscious to begin with. And number two, even if they were, you literally have more like muscular workings in your penis than they do in their prefrontal cortex because your penis is literally bigger than them. So they wouldn't be able to make that decision like 2 times over. And number three, it's a fucking baby. Meaning you don't have any sign. Wait, hold on. Meaning you don't have any sort of attraction or more attraction to a child than to an adult or fully developed person.
Well, that's a non sequitur and a half. But let me rephrase.
No, it's not a non sequitur because that literally lines up with the mental illness that is what? Pedophilia. That's exactly what it lines up with. And that's what it directly correlates to is people who have what?
Can you prove I have pedophilia?
I'm saying in that scenario. That would line up with the mental illness that is pedophilia. I mean, wait, because you said you were, because hold on. Because look, I'll go over it again. We just affirmed that you were saying you see no problem with committing sexual acts on babies, and to do that you have to have sexual drive. If you don't do that, then you are not committing a sexual act. So if you are committing the sexual drive, it means you have some sort of sexual attraction, meaning that it lines up with the mental illness that is pedophilia. That is by definition what pedophilia is.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to.
I'm not joking. Like this is actually sick. I'm not presupposing. That's the definition.
Like no. You're presupposing that you need to have sexual intentions to do this. Like, for example,
yes, you do, because you literally affirmed that we were committing. Not we. Hell no, I'd never do this. But that in the scenario, you were committing sexual acts on babies. That's why I said that.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily require sexual drive, as I said before.
It does require sexual attraction because if you do that, it does not count as a sexual act. It does not count as a sexual act if you do not have sexual intentions.
Well, I mean, by that logic, then that just dismisses it being a sexual act in the first place, which is what I affirmed to you before.
No, it doesn't. Literally affirms what I said.
How would that be the case? As I
literally just said it again. Look, I'll explain it again if you didn't like gloss over it again, like you glossed over like the 3 moral problems with having sex with babies. Look, I said you're committing a sexual act on a baby, right? So if you're committing a sexual act on the baby, the act itself is literally sexual, meaning that regardless of intention or not, you are still being sexual in the act. Meaning that if it's inherently sexual, that would mean you would have some sort of sexual attraction.
No, that's a non sequitur.
That's not a non sequitur.
Yes, it is.
Because hold on. See, look. Let me give you an example. Let's stay on the attraction example, right? For magnets to connect with each other, they literally have to have attraction. It's not in the form of a subjective idea like you have objective sexual attraction. You know that exists, right?
Okay, I don't see why
you engage in sexual acts, these I don't even know why I want to use it. Like why are you talking about? Okay. So let's keep it above 18 for a second. So in a sexual act, you do release like external things, right? Like hormones, like while committing the sexual act. That is what I mean by sexual attraction. Not that a Valentine's Day, Christmas Day, cuffing season type of sexual attraction. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you literally are committing sexual acts. It does require that because that is what is released when you commit them.
Okay, so are you inferring that you'd have to be sexually attracted to the said thing you're doing it with if your pleasure glands are triggered?
No, I said sexual attraction is automatically a part of that. It's necessary for a sexual act to be committed.
Okay. And your reasoning for such was that doing that releases
that external sexual attraction is shown when committing sexual acts. Therefore, it will line up with my reasoning perfectly. And in your example, literally, it does not do the same thing.
You gave reasoning towards that, right? And I'm trying to point out
No, I said my reasoning lines up right with my original premise, which is why it does not line.
What was your reasoning?
Didn't you just listen to it twice? I even clarified for you.
You literally denied that you had reasoning, so I want you to repeat it.
I never denied that I had reasoning when I literally just gave it twice. What the hell?
I was trying to explain your reasoning for you having a claim, and then you just restated the claim when I was doing that.
No, I told you that it was different. Because you did say you did frame it differently, and I told you no, it was this because of that, and since this is because of that, that is what my argument was. And guess what? It lines up with what I originally said before, with no error. Okay. You know what? Do you know what does have errors, Booga? You know what does have errors?
What?
Moral flaws and engaging in sexual acts with children. That's what has errors.
Not really, at least my opinion, really. But let me just ask you again, right? Because you said that if you're doing a sexual act, you release hormones and stuff like that, which require
I said you show external signs of attraction, like sexual attraction, right? So it's not subjective. And I went into stating some of those things. The release of hormones, the release of hormones, yes, is one of those things, but it's not just that. And I said I said if you're not, I said so if sexual attraction happens when you're committing a sexual act, if you're not committing a sexual act, you're not showing sexual attraction. So if you don't show sexual attraction, then it's not a sexual act. And you already agreed that we're committing sexual acts with babies, right? So if you're committing sexual, what?
That was the original claim, that if you're committing a sexual act, you have sexual attraction, and if you have sexual attraction, you're committing a sexual act. Right? You're saying that
I literally just said why would that? I literally just said why that would line up with what I just said. Meaning that hold on. Meaning that if this is the case, then that means the opposite must also be true. That if there is no sexual attraction, that there is not a sexual act. This is literally basics in logic. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, you stated that was the case, right? And you're trying to give evidence towards such, and I'm trying to assess what your evidence was, right? So you need your pleasure
reasoning twice.
Okay, let's assume that. So you need your pleasure glands to be activated or triggered for you to release hormones. That is an objective statement. So you do agree to that?
I already said hormones isn't the only sign of sexual attraction, but go ahead.
Okay. So what other signs are there?
I literally just listed some. Like, what the hell?
No, you didn't.
I literally did. I said hormones aren't the only thing, and then I went to list on more things. Right. So if you didn't hear me the first time, if you didn't hear me the first time, I can say it again, because obviously you did not listen, and it kind of frightens me. Jesus. Okay. So let me say this one more time. You said that you talked about the pleasure glands before I finished restating my point. So what I'm saying is that pleasure glands, if you're talking about the types of pleasure glands that I think you're talking about, like are you talking about dopamine release?
That's still required for the hormones to get stimulated. So I'm
saying, are you talking about that?
It doesn't really matter. We've already agreed on pleasure glands being required for hormones to release.
I'm saying, are you talking about that? Also, I never said that was true. What the hell?
Yeah, that's just appointed to me by a burden of rejoinder. You have to contend with the claim once
burden of rejoinder.
Yes, you have to contend with the claim once it is made. That is simple logic.
Hell no. What? That has nothing to do with fucking logic.
What? Okay, wait, hold on. So
when you address something has nothing to do with logic. What the hell? That doesn't even make any logical sense. What are you talking about?
Okay, saying it has nothing to do with logic.
The time frame in which you address something has nothing to do with I mean, absolutely nothing. Not in modality, not in empiricism. It has nothing to do with logic. The time frame in which you answer something has nothing to do with logic.
Okay. All right. So you have a burden of rejoinder within a debate, yes, and a debate usually requires a logical framework in order for it to.
You were talking about logic.
No.
So in logic, where is it stated for that to be the case? In logic, where is it stated that to be the case?
You're just conceding that you're having no mental capacity. You're not using your brain in order to assess any logical thoughts to debate, and hence. What?
Yes. Hold on. Since you didn't prove that it logically correlates to logic at all, because again, it's not rooted in logic. So you did not prove. You did not prove that this is a part of logic, right? Because that's what you claimed. You claimed this is a part of logic, and it's not. And you didn't give any reasoning or credence as to why it would be. So since it's not a part of logic, that would just fall flat on its face. And I'm telling you to your face right now that literally logic has nothing to do with what you just claimed.
I said if A,
it has nothing to do with modality. It has nothing to do with empiricism. And it also has nothing to do... Okay, what does it have to do with empiricism? What does burden of rejoinder have to do with empiricism, the time frame in which you answer something or address something? What does that have to do with empiricism?
You're just completely strawmanning the burden of rejoinder. First of all, the burden of rejoinder is your burden.
Strawmanning the burden of rejoinder.
Yes. A burden of rejoinder is the burden to clash with a claim or contend with a claim. That is what the burden of rejoinder is. So if you permitting a burden of rejoinder would be refusal to contend with a claim. It has nothing to do necessarily with a specific time frame, but just depends on if the debate is over and you did not contend with something. So
okay, but the debate is not over, so you calling that would literally be cotangent on the time frame in which I address something, which is why I said the time frame in which you address something has nothing to do with logic. That's what I said.
I mean, did you address
since our debate is not over, right? Since our debate is not over, your argument would literally be cotangent on the time frame in which I address it. I could address it right now, and you could say nothing about it, right?
Can I talk to Booga for a little bit? I'll just leave. Anyways, Booga, can you...
Hold on, wait. One more thing. Because, I was going to tell him this earlier. I wanted to talk about the other signs that are shown of sexual attraction, right? Another sign that's shown of sexual attraction is actually cognitive intent. And if you do intend to quote-unquote oblige, in your case, like literally committing like a sexual act with the baby, then yes, it would be immoral by that standpoint, as you still would necessitate, because you didn't attack the like the part that like it did actually require sexual attraction, right? So since it requires sexual attraction in not one way but two, by your own admission, this would be considered pedophilia, because you were literally showing sexual attraction and sexual signs of attraction. Number one being the cognitive, and number two being the physical.
For the first one, I never said being attracted to a baby was immoral in the first place. For the second one, right?
Wait, you said what?
Okay, so for the first one, I never said being attracted to a baby is immoral in the first place.
No, but you entailed it through your own argumentation, because that's what it leads up to. It leads up to sexual attraction, and that's why. Hold on, no. Because I proved why it entailed to sexual attraction, and you didn't attack that. So since I proved that it entails to sexual attraction, by proxy, you are making that claim as well. That's like saying that 1 + 1 = 2, but 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4. You are entailing that 2 + 2 = 4 by agreeing that. No, hold on. I'm going to explain why it's analogous before you cut me off. I'm going to explain why it's analogous. Because if 1 + 1 = 2 and 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 4, then you can deduce that 2 + 2 = 4, meaning that your line of reasoning for why this would be the case, but why this wouldn't be the case, is automatically invalid. Because they entail each other.
Booga. Let me talk to Booga. Booga, can you please kick Ninja Edits on the GC? Because he's legit annoying me right now. You want me to upload the video, then kick him? Just please kick him.
Dang, Booga. That's like, I'm actually speechless. I'm dipping.
Booga. Kick Ninja Edits. Booga, kick Ninja Edits. Yeah, right.
I kind of forgot how to kick people from the. Okay,